Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you know by the title, today I'm talking about a best-selling book which is The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini. Now I had this sitting on my shelves for quite a long time, and why I wasn't reading this is because I started reading And the Mountains Echoed, and I remember that I was feeling really emotional just from the starting of it. I don't know why. So I had this thing that Khalid Hosseini writes really emotional books, and I have also heard this from a lot of people. So, and at that time I wasn't in the mood of reading anything that would make me cry. So yeah, that's why I wasn't reading it, but now finally I did. And the first thing is that yes, it is super emotional and it can bring tears to anybody's eyes. It's very heart touching and heartbreaking at the same time. So quickly telling you about the plot, it starts in Afghanistan, set in 1970s. So that's where the book starts. Its protagonist is a 12-year-old, 12 years somewhere around that age. His name is Amir, so he's a very rich Afghan kid. His father is like a really known Afghan man, and they have this servant called Ali, and he has a little boy, Hassan, who's the same age as Amir. Now, Ali and Amir's father were together since childhood, so they had a bond, and that's why Hassan and Amir also grew up really liking each other. They became like best of friends, inseparable, just like brothers, even though Amir was this really rich kid and Hassan was this poor one, his servant's son. But their bond was really strong and full of love. Now something happens, and Amir does something really wrong, the costs of which are bared by Hassan. And Amir cannot, or did not confess that thing to anybody, not even to his father. So he's like in a lot of guilt. The guilt and the burden of keeping that secret and not sharing it with anyone is killing him. And moreover, Hassan, being the pure, honest, and loving soul that he is, he does not say anything to Amir. He doesn't break their friendship. He does nothing. So he's like absolutely forgiving, not even discussing what happens, and it's a big deal. What happens is a big deal, and that is putting more and more burden on Amir. He's a little kid after all. So that happens, and then moving ahead, there's this Soviet invasion in Afghanistan, and eventually, by a particular point, the boys are separated, and Amir moves to America. Then, decades pass, we are told a little bit like what's happening in Amir's life. And then one day, something happens, and Amir has to return to Afghanistan. So he returns to Afghanistan for some reason, which I'm not going to disclose, obviously. He returns, and to his disappointment, he finds out that that's not the same Afghanistan that he left. It's not the Afghanistan of his childhood. It's under the influence or the power or domination of Taliban. It's left in poverty. It's shattered, full of filth. So yeah, this happens, and from here on, the book starts its journey towards its climax. The book has, I will say, two major themes. There are a lot of little ones, but two major ones. First is childhood, which you will notice in the first half especially. You'll see, the innocence of childhood, how, children are so innocent and the way they see the world, and how, Amir has this sweet and sour relationship with his father. So all those things that happen in childhood, the kind of games children play, and all those elements of childhood are there in the first half. And then as you move towards the second half, the major themes become, I think, that of nationhood. When Amir comes back and he finds out that Afghanistan is nothing like he left behind, he's internally shattered, he feels bad, and that's when it hits the reader as well, that how much our culture and our nation, means to us. We might be very oblivious to all this in our day-to-day lives, but when you see that that's being snatched away from you, that's when it hits you that how much it matters. So that's what we see in the second half, and then there's a lot of guilt and self-realizations and all those things as well in the novel. My review is never going to do justice with the book until and unless you read it. So yeah, it's very deep and emotional, heart-shattering. It can make anybody cry. The kind of descriptions the author gives, very, very, very sad. I don't know why I'm reading so many sad books nowadays. I don't think I want to read any more sad ones right now. Overall, it's a good book. I will definitely recommend it to everyone. The only thing I didn't like is that something happens in the second half. I kind of predicted that it will happen. I don't know if everyone will be able to get it or not, but to me it was like pretty clear. So that's something that I did not like. So that's why I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. But otherwise, in terms of writing style, language, it's great, guys. If you like this review, guys, do not forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and then the bell icon next to it, so whenever I'm posting any other bookish video, you are notified.